नमो नमः। सर्वेभ्यो नमस्कारः। Shubhodayam. Today is the last working day of our fifth batch, the course on Sanatana Dharma. Tomorrow is the valedictory function. Today's session we will start with Vande Mataram and then Prarthana. Let us request Chala Chittibabu Garu to recite Vande Mataram, please.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malayajasitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Subrajyosna pulakitayamini pullakusumita drumadala shobhini suhasini sumadhura bhashini sukhadam varadam mataram vande mataram. Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram. ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. Now let us request Sarada ji to chant Prarthana, please.
प्रथमं वयं सर्वे सम्यक् उपविशामः, मेरुधन् साक्षात् स्थापयामः, नेत्रे विलीनयामः, कृपया इतस्ततः मां पश्यन्तु. इदानीम् ओंकारः त्रिवारं वदामः. ओम 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 ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनाम् उपमस्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रेवतु। ॐ श्रीमहासरस्वत्यै नमः। गुरुरेव गतिः गुरुमेव भजे गुरुनैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरोः परमं शिशिरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मां पाहि गुरो ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवम् उपास्महे। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ధన్యవాదములండి శారద గారు.
ధన్యవాదాలు సార్.
ఓకే, నౌ లెట్ us request Visalakshi garu to continue the webinar, please.
ఓం శ్రీ మహాగణాధిపతయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ పార్వతీ రాజరాజేశ్వరాభ్యాం నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మేధా దక్షిణామూర్తయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మహాసరస్వత్యై నమః. ఓం శివాయ గురవే నమః. ఓం నమః శివాయై చ నమః శివాయ. ఓం నమః శివాయ. శ్రీకృష్ణ యదుభూషణ నరసఖా శృంగార రత్నాకర లోకద్రోహి నరేంద్ర వంశదహన లోకేశ్వర దేవతానీక బ్రాహ్మణ గోగణార్తిహరణ నిర్వాణ సంధాయక నీకున్మృక్కిద ద్రుంపవే భవలతల్ నిత్యానుకంపానిధి. నీవే తల్లివి తండ్రివి నీవే నా తోడు నీడ నీవే సఖుడవు నీవే గురుడవు దైవము నీవే నా పతియు గతియు నిజముగ కృష్ణ. We are learning the essence of the teachings of Srimad Bhagawadgita, the greatness of Gita and how it started. We have learned certain points, and then in the beginning Arjuna, when he was very much distressed and karpanya doshopahata swabhavaha, he said, and he took shelter of at the feet of Sri Krishna Paramatma. Then Sri Krishna Bhagavan explained so many ways how to lead the life and get Brahmajnana. In fact, actually ultimate Brahmajnana itself is explained in Bhagavad Gita. The essence is that only. But Paramatma stressed on doing our duties without the ambition and without aspiring for the fruit of the actions, because karma phala pradata is Paramatma. So Sri Krishna Bhagavan asked Arjuna to completely take refuge in him and do nishkama karma and do one's own duties. So everyone has to do their own duties. So when completely all these teachings are heard and completely understood by Arjuna, then he got enlightenment. Finally, after teaching all these things, Sri Krishna Paramatma asked Arjuna to decide as to what he wants to do. Then also Arjuna kept quiet. So then Paramatma himself advised him, asked him to fight. Yuddhaya Yujyasva. Then at the end of 18th chapter, after teaching so many doctrines, teachings and all, Paramatma once again stressed the importance of doing Nishkama Karma and Nitya Karmas. Yajnadana Tapah Karma Natyajyam Karyameva Tat, he said. So, Yajna, one should never leave Yajna, Dana, Tapaha. These karmas one has to do. But how to do? Without aspiring for the result, fruit of it, but for aspiring the purpose of the work for which the work started, that purpose, prayojana, should be achieved, not the phala of it, because phala automatically comes. Even Isavasya Upanishad said, Kurvanneveha karmani jijivishet sarada samaha. So one should live for 100 years, full span of life, doing the kartavya karmas. Even Sri Ramana Maharshi also said, Iswararpitam nechaya kritam. One should do the works giving the fruits to Paramatma, Iswara. So even Gita stresses, Yoginaha karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma suddhaye. Sangam means attachment. So even they do the actions for the purification of the self, chitta suddhi, and also for the benefit of mankind, society. So Sri Krishna Paramatma spoke about tamasa, rajasa and sattvika karmas and asked us to do only sattvika karmas. Sattvika karmas give correct result to us and without attachment and lead us, that is make us elevate our souls and lead towards divinity. So niyatam sangarahitam araga dveshata kritam aphala prepsuna karma yattat satvikam uchyate. The work which is done without raga and dvesha and without attachment, without the desire of the fruit is sattvika karma. One should do such sattvika karmas. And uttared atmanatmanam natmanam avasadaye. Atmeva hyatmano bandhur atmaiva ripur atmanaka. One should uplift one's self from the ocean of these worldly ties and bonds. So one should not allow the self to get decayed. One must always try to elevate the self. The self is relative, in fact. It is the self itself, that is manayeva manushyanam karanam bantha mokshayoh, we say. The mind itself is the relative and it itself is the enemy. The mind, when it is correct, working in the correct track, doing all sattvika karmas, nishkama karmas, without any sangha, the mind itself makes a person get the ultimate knowledge and thereby Shashvat Ananda. The mind itself, when engaged in laukika karmas with all aspirations, desires, and aham and mama, I and mine, when tied with this, the mind itself makes us drown in this world, and so that itself becomes the cause of the bondage. So after completely listening to the teachings of Sri Krishna Paramatma, Arjuna's ignorance, infatuation, that moha, karpanya dosha, everything got completely cleared and removed. He became very cool, calm and pleasant. He is now filled with wisdom, knowledge. So he got full confidence. He, in fact, could decide what he has to do, but because once he surrendered himself to Paramatma, he did Sharanagati. So whatever the Guru instructs, the disciple has to do. So finally he said to Sri Krishna Paramatma, Nasto mohaha smrutir labdha tvat prasadat mayatyuta stitosmi gata sandehaha karishye vachanam tava. Now he declared, O Paramatma, by your grace and anugraha, my ignorance has gone, my infatuation has, has gone out of me. I got back my intelligence. All my doubts are being cleared by you. Now my mind is in a cool state and full of wisdom. So now I will do whatever you command me. Whatever you say, I will do. Then Sri Krishna Paramatma asked him to fight. And thus Arjuna became ready to fight in that Kurukshetra war. He fought the war and got victory. He became Vijaya. So Sri Krishna Paramatma is addressed in this verse as actually Achyuta. Chyuti means falling down. Achyuta means indestructible. One that which does not get decays. So Arjuna's darkness, ignorance has completely gone away by the teachings of Sri Krishna Paramatma. And he understood the divinity, the real knowledge, the great knowledge with utmost devotion without any doubt. So his doubts got cleared and he got knowledge. His devotion doubled, increased more, and with full confidence, he said, I will do whatever you command. So Paramatma asked him to do the Kurukshetra war. So he did the war. Outside people, some others who can never understand the real essence of the teachings of Paramatma, they criticize that your God Sri Krishna has provoked Arjuna to do the war, to do fighting, to kill the people. That's really a wrong notion. Whatever is one's own duty, that duty is to be done. So Arjuna's utmost duty at that juncture is to fight with the adharma, to establish dharma as a kshatriya. So he did his duty. Bhagavan asked him to do the duty, kartavya karma. So Arjuna did. So entire mankind should understand the essence of the teachings of Sri Krishna Paramatma given through Srimad Bhagawadgita. Develop Suddha Sattva Guna, leaving Kartrutva and Bhoktrutva, and also should do the duties and act according to the command of God, according to the instructions given to us in our scriptures, in the Vedas. We have to do the works with the feeling that Yajit karma karomi tattadakhilam shambhuta varadhanam. Whatever works we are doing doing because they are our duties, because Paramatma asked us to do the duties, and we are offering. We are not the kartas. We are working as the instruments in the hands of Paramatma, and the result of the fruit of the actions also is being completely given to Paramatma only. So we will not be tied by the karma bandha. So we should gain the highest knowledge, the knowledge of ultimate reality, Brahma Jnana we say. So we should do the works with the confidence that God is doing and making us to do. We are the instruments in the hands of Paramatma. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhi yuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyakam. This is the promise given by Paramatma to us. So we need not have to worry at all. Actually, the learned scholars, they say that the essence of the teachings of whole Bhagavad Gita is given in the half of the, in just one line. in the first sloka, starting sloka of Bhagavad Gita, 2 lines will be there in each sloka. In the first line, first half, only in that 1/4 part of one sloka, entire essence of Gita is being given. That is, the sloka starts Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha Mamaka Pandavas Chaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. This is the question put by Dhritarashtra to Sanjaya. Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. This is the sentence, first half of the first line. So, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre means Kshetre Kshetre Dharmam Kuru. That is all of you, wherever you stay, wherever you go, you do your duties. That is the instruction, final essence of the teachings of Paramatma, of Bhagavad Gita. So we must do our duty with all sincerity, with Nishkama Karma, with devotion to God, taking refuge in Him. And when we do our duty, that is when we follow Dharma, Dharma protects us. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. Dhritarashtra, even after reaching utmost fag end of the life of his life, and he, Sanat Sujatiya is also there in Mahabharata. Sanat Kumara comes and imparts Brahma Jnana to Dhritarashtra. Even then, he could not, this Dhritarashtra could not leave aham mama. That moha has not gone out of him. He could not control his anger, his, what he said, the bad qualities. In fact, we can say he is the person who is encouraging his son Duryodhana, etc. He is unable to, because he is of such putra moha, we say. So we must have love, regard, and everything, all noble qualities, they are all divine qualities. Towards children also, we must love them, we must take care of them, but that moha, the attachment should not be there towards any relationship, any person, anything. We must do the duty sincerely. So, Dhritarashtra inquired Sanjaya, what is happening at Kurukshetra war, because Sanjaya got the divine power insight to see what is happening in that Kurukshetra war, because Vyasa Bhagavan has given that insight, that sight to him, to see what all incidents are happening in the Kurukshetra war and to narrate to Dhritarashtra. So Dhritarashtra inquired what is happening there in that Kurukshetra, that land. Mamakaha Pandavaha cha eva. Mamakaha, he said, that is mine, my sons. So he refers only his sons, his children, as his children, not the brothers' children. Pandavas he is not considering as his children, though they are showing utmost devotion and respect towards Dhritarashtra as elder father. So Pandava, he said, they are only Pandavas, the sons of Panduraja. So I and mine, my sons and Pandavas, Pandu king's sons. So thus he differentiated one who abandons aham and mama and follow the words of Paramatma and lead the dharmika way of life. They alone can get liberation. Otherwise, it's not possible. So one should develop the capacity to see the imperishable Paramatman among all Stavara Jangamatmaka Jagat, all imperishable things. Paramatman exists in all Chara Achara Bhutas, Stavara Jangamatmaka world, universe, as Antaryamin, the power which is inside, which is the substratum, which is above all, which is appearing as if the whole universe. So in whatever we say, everything is Paramatma only. So one who sees this imperishable Brahman in the universe is the real seer. He is the Drashta. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameswaram vinasyatsu avinashyantam yaha pashyati sa pashyati. So This is there in 13th chapter. So Paramatma said, Isvara Sarvabhutana Hrideshe Arjuna Tishtati Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Yantra Rudhani Mayaya. So Paramatma dwells in the hearts of all living beings, all of us, not only human beings, all living creatures. Isavasyam idam sarvam. This entire universe is spread by Isvara. Upanishads say this Atma cannot be obtained by either teachings or listening, Sravana, or going through and studying the Upanishadic statements or anything, or even by intellect and thinking, but it can be obtained if a person is sincerely willing to gain Brahmajnana. Then that Brahmajnana itself unfolds to that sadhaka. So nayamatma pravachanena lapyo na medhaya na bahuna shrutena yame vaisha vrunite tena lapyaha tasyaishatma vivrunite tanun swam. So here this sentence is yameva esha yam eva esha vrunite. So esha can be referred to the sadhaka. If the sadhaka is willing to gain sincerely Brahmajnana and follow the right path, he can get Brahmajnana. If that Brahmajnana wills that it should be understood by the sadhaka, considering the sadhaka to be worthy of receiving the real knowledge, then that Brahmajnana itself exhibits its own nature, tattva. So in both the ways we can explain that mantra. It's very great mantra. So tasya shatma vivrunite tanun swam. So Srimad Bhagawadgita is the perfect grantha which speaks about the knowledge of Jiva, Jagat, Jivatma, and then Paramatma, Isvara, Prakriti, this entire Jagat. It speaks about Trigunas, then Bhakti, Jnana, Karma, Yoga, Upasana, and also it speaks about Saguna Brahma, Nirguna Brahma, both are discussed. And it speaks of Varnasrama Dharmas, and also it speaks about Saranagati mainly and Nishkama Karma. So this Bhagavad Gita is worth of hundreds of personality development lectures, we can say. Sarvam Sri Krishna Parabrahmanaha Charanaravindarpanamastu, Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. If all of you, if you got any doubts, you can ask me. In any topics that are being taught to you, nearly 14-15 faculty members taught you different, almost all Vaidika Vangmaya, all the branches, Vedas, Vedangas, Upanishads, then Darsanas, Shadanga, Siksha, Vyakarana, Chanda, etc. A little, of course, the introduction is given. Then so many other topics, but Leela Ganita or that Vedic mathematics, I'm not at all aware of any of the points, so except that topic. Then Ramayana, Bharata, Bhagavata, of course, is not taught to you, I think. But Ramayana, Bharata, Puranas, so many other topics, Dharma Shastras. So many topics are being taught to you, and you are now filled with a lot of great knowledge. More than that, in the beginning itself, the greatness of Sanskrit language, why we must learn Sanskrit, what are the greatnesses, the great points are there in Samskrita Bhasha, I explained you. And also mainly this course is related to Sanatana Dharma. So what is Dharma? What is Sanatana Dharma? How it spread, how it originated, what different topics are there, points are there in this Sanatana Dharma. All the points I tried to explain you. I gave only the points and a few, and showed us as samskaras which are very essential for each and every individual Hindu, that is those who are Sanatana Dharmanuyayis. We are all following all these Shodas Samskaras. So we know, yet we do not know properly. So to make all of us aware of it, so we I explained it in detail. In fact, it's very important and essential topic for all Sanatana Dharmaniyas, in fact, to the entire mankind, whether they know this or not in a different manner, every human being follows it. So it is okay. If you got any doubts, you can ask me. If you do not have any doubts, then from Bhagavad Gita, I will try to explain so many other points. All these granthas are like bhandagaras. We can speak, we can bring any jewels, ideas like gems from these bhandagars, Ramayana, Bharata, Bhagavata, Bhagavad Gita. All these are very great granthas. Okay, welcome to the questions. If you do not, if
Okay.
still
With,
time,
there
then
are,
points.
we will see chat box and then after that. Chittibabu garu, chudandi.
Right. The first question is, what are Varna Dharma, Swadharma according to Bhagavad Gita?
Actually, this topic will be dealt in detail at the third level as we have decided at present. So, Varnasrama dharmas are there, Swadharmas are there, Vyashti dharmas, Sangha dharmas, we said. Varnasrama dharma means 4 varnas. Chatur varnam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagashaha. This is the words of Paramatma, Sri Krishna Paramatma, Bhagavan. That is, God himself has created varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. The dharmas of Brahmanas, dharmas of Kshatriyas, dharmas of Vaishyas, dharmas of Shudras. All these are given in detail in Mahabharata in a very detailed manner. So what all are their duties they must do. Then Swadharma is the can be understood in twofold manner, in 2 ways. Laukika dharma, then Paramarthika dharma. Swadharma is doing one's own dharma. So when we consider Swadharma, each one got his own dharma as a son or daughter, as the father, as the disciple, student, as the brother, sister, all the relations that exist in this on this earth. So we must do befitting to that. And also as the neighbor, as the citizen of the country having Desha Bhakti. All these are Laukika, Vyakti, Vyashti dharmas. Swadharma, and also Swadharma is for Brahmanas it is Achena, Achyapana. So like that, different dharmas are there. And for Swadharma, for the entire mankind, we must get rid of, we must make ourselves free from Pancha Runas. So our Swadharma is to read and understand the knowledge given by Rishis, Maharshis to us in the form of Shastras. And also, we must do Nitya Naimittika karmas and Japa, Dana, Yajna, etc. So by doing them, we can free ourselves from Devaruna. So thus by Atithi Runa, that is when guests come, Atithi Vai Narayanaka. So we must honor them with all, what all Archya, Padya, etc. we have to do, give. And then Sankharuna, Bhutaruna, that is unless so many people's cooperation is there, one can never live happily on this earth, in this society. So if a person has to live, he is indebted to lakhs of people, not 1 or 2. When we are existing, we are living on the earth in a house. So the person who has built the house, then we are eating. Those who have, the crops have come, the grains, the vegetables, and what all eatables we eat, somebody are there who are producing them. And so many people, they are collecting them. So many others are distributing them. Of course, business, Vaishyas. Then we are purchasing, even then we are able to get that. And so many people, potters are there, washermen are there. So many people's cooperation is there. Unless that is there, we cannot live at all. So we must pay our respects and clear our debt towards all of them. Even that is the duty. And in Vyashti Dharma, Swadharma, the main dharma is elevating ourself from lower level to higher levels. That is getting Brahma Jnana and Atma Jnana. So we must always strive and try to elevate ourselves. Uddhared Atman Atmanam. Get the Brahma Jnana, Jnana Devatu Kaivalyam. The moment we realize that I am not the body, I am not the senses. So Dehatma Pranti, when it has gone, that moment itself, the real knowledge has come. When the light is lit, the darkness vanishes. Similarly, when we get the correct knowledge that I am the self, I am one with ultimate reality, I am Parabrahma myself, Aham Brahmasmi, then he becomes Jivan Mukta. So all these are the dharmas. Varnasrama dharmas are there, then Swadharma is there, and Vyashti dharmas are there. Is it clear?
Okay, next question. In Ramayana, no one is talking about what is that? Satyudhan or Strutadhan? Not very clear. I also have not heard of it.
Shatrughan, sir, Shatrughan. Shatrughan.
Shatrughan.
Yes.
Shatrugna.
Shatrugna. I'll explain the role of Shatrugna and their children.
Why even Shatrugna's role is there? Shatrun Dhranti iti Shatrugnaha. He went to Lavanaka and killed all those who are wicked, cruel, and who are harming the Satvika people. Even Shatrugna's role is there. If you have really went through all the slokas, all the that is what completely Ramayana, and then give any statement, that will have some relevance. Shatrugna is also did a lot, in fact. So Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna, all four of them, they did their own duties sincerely in all respects, and especially in ruling the kingdom also. Rama himself, Sri Ramachandra, asked this Shatrugna, somebody rises somewhere, enemies not, automatically, when any kingdom is there, at some threat will be there at some place or other. When any sort of atharmika ideas arise, immediately the ruler's duty is to make that clear. So he commanded his younger brother, of course, Shatrugna, to go and see. Then he goes to Lavanaka, and there some Rakshasas are there. The demons who are trying to hurt the Maharshis and human beings, he destroyed them. So even his role is there.
Okay. Any idea about his children and progeny?
Children, we may not remember the names, but all of them got married, all of them got children. It is there. Is there a difference between Brahman, Ishvara, and the last word?
Purusha.
Purusha.
Yeah.
Brahman, Ishvara, and Purusha all are one and the same, but difference is there. When Upanishads speak of Nirguna Paramatma, Parabrahman. So Brahmadeva we say, and Parabrahma we say. Para means beyond, beyond to each and everything, beyond to our mind, senses, this universe and everything. So Tripadurtva Uday Purushaha they say. So 1/4 of the capacity, power of that ultimate reality is being visible in the form of this whole universe, Vishwa. Whereas 3/4 is still above, which can never be viewed or seen by anyone. That is the magnificent power of Parabrahman. So Parabrahman is ultimate reality. Nirguna, Niranjana, Nirakara, who is the substratum, who is above, who is a transcendental and immanent, who is inside. in this whole universe, in each and every atom of the world. So that is Parabrahman. Then Ishvara is, I will tell, Ishvara means Parama, Bhagavan we say. Ishvara, Isha, to rule, one who, the Shasaka, one who rules. Ishvara, Ishvara Sarvabhutanam we say. Ishvara can be understood in two ways even. So Hiranyagarbha Brahma is called as Ishvara, because when Paramatma Ekoham Bahusyat, Upanishad says, even that ultimate reality, Parabrahman, who is Nirguna, Niranjana, Nirakara, Nishkriya and all, that Brahman, once he got a sort of Icha Sekti, Jnana Sekti, Kriya Sekti, we say three powers are there. So a sort of Spandana took in his mind. Mind in the sense that Paramatma, not in the sense of our human beings' mind, that is Paramatma Sankalpa. He thought, I am one alone, so let me become manifold. Then he created the whole universe. That creation is described in manifold manner. In all the Upanishads, they are described, and in all Puranas, Srishti is explained. So, at one idea, a Parabrahman created Hiranyagarbha Brahma. So that Hiranyagarbha Brahma is called as Brahmadeva, Chaturmukha Brahmadeva. He is called as Ishvara. And Ishvara is one of the Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Even he is Ishvara. He is the ruler. He is Mahadeva. Demigod, some other gods are there. Dikpalakas are there. Devendra. Devendra is the king of all three worlds, the living beings, human beings, Rakshasas, the Manavas, Devatas and all. So in Devatas also, among Devatas, Yaksha, Gantharva, Kinnara, Kimpurusha, Vidyadhara, certain varieties are there. Even in Rakshasas, Danavas, Rakshasas, varieties are there. Even in human beings. So Devendra is the ruler and protector of the three worlds, in fact. So, beyond Devendra, Mahendra, Maheswara, Parameswara is Devadeva. So, thus Ishvara is there. Then Purusha. Purusha means actually, Purusha also can be understood in different manners. Puri Shete iti Purushaha. One who stays in the Pura. What is Pura? Our body itself is the Pura. Ekadasha Dwara, in Kathopanishad, it is explained in a very beautiful manner that the human body itself is a city with 11 open doors. There the king is that, actually Ishvara we can say. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hridesha Arjuna Tishtati. Gita said, Sri Krishna Paramatma, that Isha Sekti, that Ishvara, that Parabrahman, Paramatman, Nivara Sukavat Tanvi Pita Bhasvat Yanupama, even that power which describes about Jagannatha Adipara Sekti also dwells in the heart itself, as if the flame of fire, that edge of the flame, Nivara Sukavat, like very susukshma, most that is very small, smallest, we can say. So in that form, that power exists. So Purusha is the ultimate, even Paramatma is called as Purushottama. He is the Uttama, best among the Purushas. So he dwells as the Purusha, as the internal power in Purushas, in the bodies of all living creatures. Then Purusha, Sankhya Siddhanta, Sankhya Darshana speaks about Purusha and Prathana. Prathana is the nature. Prathana means important. They speak about the Purusha, which actually this Prakriti, when it comes in contact with Purusha, the Prakriti got the power to do this creation. So this Prathana herself itself is Prakriti, having three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. In the differences of the ratios of these three gunas, the diversity has come in this universe. So this Prakriti from Prathana, Mahat came. From Mahat, Panchabhutas came. Then from Panchabhutas, Tanmatras, Shabdasparsha, Ruparasa, Gandhas. From them, 5 sense organs, Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas have come. So like that, this whole creation has come. 24 Padarthas they explain. All these 24 plus Paramatma, Purusha. 25th one, Sankhya speaks about. So Purusha Sukta is there in Rigveda. There that ultimate reality, that Parabrahman itself or himself is described as Purusha, Virat. Virat Purusha we say. Virat Purusha is a one step lower than ultimate Parabrahman. Virat Purusha is that magnificent power being exhibited in the form of this Virat, this universe. So he is Virat Purusha. Padosya Vishwa Bhutani, we said already. Then Brahmanosya Mukhamasit Bahu Rajanya Krutaha Uru Tadasya Yad Vaishyaha Padhyagam Shudro Ajayata Chandrama Manaso Jata Cheksho Suryo Ajayata. So like that, Purusha Sukta completely describes how this whole universe came into existence from ultimate reality. So thus, Ishvara, Parabrahman, ultimate reality first, then when he comes in contact with Maya, its own invincible power, Parabrahman's invisible, invincible, inseparable power is called as Maya. When that Nirguna Paramatma comes in contact with Maya, he becomes Ishvara. Then that Ishvara creates, he also becomes manifold. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara does this Srishti, Sthiti, Laya and all, this whole universe. In a very short, brief manner I explained, but all these can be learned in a very detailed manner in the higher courses. If we study the original Granthas, if we understand the teachings of Upanishads, we can gain more knowledge. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Then Atma and something, another question. What is difference between Atma and
Difference between Atma and Jiva.
Jiva? Atma means actually we say Paramatma. Jiva means Jivatma. Jiva is actually according to Advaita, only Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma, only ultimate reality, one truth is there, one ultimate power, Parabrahman alone is, that is in the sense it is existing, that is of the nature of Sat, Chit and Ananda. Satchidananda we say, eternal Sat means existence, Chit means consciousness, Jnana, Ananda, bliss. So this is the Swabhava Lakshana of Paramatma. Then in 2 Lakshanas, Paramatma got that ultimate reality itself. So the second Lakshana is Tatastha Lakshana we say, because that Parabrahma himself created the universe. Yato va imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yet prayanti abhisamvishanti tad vijijnasasva tad brahmeti. That is the Brahman from which this whole universe came into existence, which is being maintained and sustained, into which it merges at the end. So that is Brahman. So that ultimate Brahman is called as Atma. And Jiva is the reflection of that Paramatma. There are diverse ideas, of course, because darshanas are there. In each darshana, different Maharshis, they viewed and saw in a different angle. There is only one sun in the sky. But when we keep, suppose, 100 pots with the water, then that sun's resemblance falls in all water pots. Then all these are the jivas, whereas that is the Atma. So we are all, when mirror is there, or any sphatika, crystal is there, whatever is kept in front of the crystal, it resembles, the resemblance comes. So when we see in the mirror, we can see ourselves, but we are the truth, not that resemblance. So that pratibimba, we are the bimba. We can see in the abdamu, as we say, the mirror, the reflection. Reflection is not true, but it appears as if it is real and correct, original. But when bimba is there, then only pratibimba can be seen. Pratibimba is only apparent, not, it is tentative, not real, original, correct. Bimba is the correct. So Atma is bimba, Jiva is pratibimba. Is it clear?
At the time of death, only Atma leaves the body, or Jiva?
That Atma Shakti resides in the form of Jivatma in all living creatures. When a person leaves the body and dies, as we say, then at first that divine power, that Paramatma, ultimate reality, which is staying in the body from top to bottom in each and every atom of the body, that Paramatma Shakti, Chaitanya, Chit Shakti, as we say, Chit Shakti, exists in the whole body in the form of Jivatma, because it is not limited, but it appears as though it is being limited to that body. So when that Jivatma, Paramatma in the form of Jivatma, wants to leave that body and vacate it, when we are staying in a rented house, suppose we may want to leave, vacate that house, then what we do? We pack everything, leave that house and go away. Similarly, when that Jivatma, which is the reflection of Paramatma, when that divine power Paramatma in the form of Jivatma wants to leave the body, it first goes out of the body. This Upati, that power leaves this Upati and goes away. When that Jivatma goes out of the body through any hole of the body, then automatically the Prana Shakti, which is working till that time in 5 forms, Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana, Samana. So the Pancha Vayus, as we say, together is Prana Shakti, one Prana. That Prana Shakti also goes away. So when this Prana Shakti is leaving the body, it completely packs all the powers of sense organs, Karmendriyas and Jnanendriyas. So it takes along with it all the Pancha Pranas. So unless all these Pancha Pranas, they are already being tied, and immediately it will be taking them and leaving. So that is the reason why at the time of death, when a person is on deathbed, so many people, even this is there in Upanishad only, many people, relatives, friends and all, they sit around nearby him and say, are you able to recognize me? Are you able to remember that? Like that, they question him. So because he is unable, already that Vak Shakti is being packed, he becomes unable to talk. Sometimes even that visual, the vision, power of the vision, Darshana Shakti is being packed, he is unable to see. Though the eyes appear as if he is seeing, he cannot see anything. Even if he sees, that will not be sent, that message will not be sent to the mind, because even that Mano, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara, we say all these 4 together is called as Antakarana Chatushtaya. Antakarana, that itself is mostly uttered as mind, Manaha. So that Manas is also being tied. So all these Karmendriyas, he wants to lift the body, say something, but even the body organs will not function. He becomes unable to raise the hands. Even then, when his sense organs are unable to function, mind works a little till the prana leaves the body. So with the mind, if he is a best sadhaka who did all righteous deeds throughout his life, it is given in Isavasya Upanishad that the person on the deathbed who is a best sadhaka, he prays sun god and fire god, that Krutam Smara, Krato Smara, O God, Surya Bhagavan, O Agnideva, till now I have been worshipping all of you, that is both of you, or the divine power in the form of you, doing Yajna Yagadi Kratus, Agni Arathana, Suryopastana, Surya Arathana and all. So it is your duty now to take me in the sense, my soul itself, me with all the Sanchita karmas, because he could not attain moksha. If he has become a jnani, brahmajnani and got liberation, he need not have to take birth again, but he is only sadhaka, doing the karmas. So he prays Sun and Agnideva to remember the deeds he did and lead him towards that ultimate highest level of divinity in the Uttarayana Marga, Devayana, not in Pitrayana, Dakshinayana Marga, like that. Mantras are there in Isavasya Upanishad. So Agni Supatha Raye, he says, oh Agni, make me, lead me in Supatha, best path.
Okay, I think Vishwanath Garu, you have one more question regarding the pronunciation of Manmana Madhbhakto. So you can.
Madbhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Mame Veshyasi. So Paramatma said that Mana, Mat Mana. You keep your mind in my mind, in me. Mad Bhakto, you become a devotee of mine, me. Madhyaji, whatever Yajna Yagadi Kratus you do, what all actions, karmas you do for the sake of me. Here me refers to ultimate reality, Paramatma, Parabrahman, that power which is existing in the whole universe and which is beyond, which is the substratum. Mam Namaskuru, you always do pranama, you be obeying to me only. Then that is, Paramatma is asking us to do Saranagati. Then he said, Mameva Yeshyasi, you will attain me only. There is no doubt at all. Na samshayaka.
But in some cases, in many such cases, it is pronounced as Manmana Mava Madbhaktaha, not Madbhakto. In some cases, not always. Why that difference?
Is Madbhaktaha, Madbhakto, both are same. This is in Sanskritam, there are sandhis as there are in Telugu. Visarga becomes Vu and it becomes Vo. So Ramaha becomes Ramo. So like that, whenever Visarga is there, that Visarga changes to Vu, and because A is there, A plus Vu becomes Vo. So Madbhaktaha becomes Madbhakto. Ramaha becomes Ramo.
So pronunciation we should say Madbhaktaha.
Madbhaktaha we can say, Madbhakto we can say. It's only Sandhikarya, that's all.
Which is correct? Which is correct pronunciation?
Both are correct.
But in some cases they differ. They continue the O. But in some other cases they say Madbhakta like that.
Both are correct. Sometimes they split, sometimes they club. That's all. There is nothing wrong.
Thank you very much. And
Okay.
Anatma, how different it is from Anatma? Jiva is different from Anatma.
Atma and Anatma.
Atma and Anatma.
Atma is Paramatma, Parabrahman. The whole universe, all the objects, everything is Anatma. That which is not Atma is Anatma. Na vidyate Atma. Where Atma is not there, that is Anatma. What is that which is eternal, Shashvata, is Atma. Sat Chit Ananda is Atma. That which is Dukkha Sammisrita, mixed with agonies, sorrows, which are limited, which are not eternal, which are not complete, which are not perfect, which Agama Payi we say. All these, they come and go. So all these are Anatma. The whole universe is Anatma. Only Paramatman is Atma. Aham Brahmasmi. That Atma is in us. This body is Anatma. But that divine power, divinity, that Atma Shakti, which is there in us and making us do all these things, that is permanent. That is Atma. All these are both. Kenopanishad says, both are there. All these are the knowledge, different points of use of knowledge that we are getting. But there is, with the eye, we are seeing the objects. With the ear, we are listening. But actually, the eye, physical eye, is only an instrument. And ye chakshusha na pashyati, yena chakshunshi pashyati, tadeva brahma tvam vidhi, nedam yedidam upasate, declares the Upanishad. So that power by which the eye is capable of visualizing anything is the real eye. This is not the, this is only physical eye. Whereas that is the manaso mano, we say, mind to the mind. Chikshushaha chikshuhu, eye of the eye. Atimuchya thira, they say only thiras can see the real eye behind this eye. Real 5 sense organs behind our 5 sense organs, behind the mind, like that.
Right. Sanchita karma
Okay.
baggage is carried to the next body
Yes.
along with the jiva.
Uh,
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. What is the difference between prayojana from phalam? That
In-
is,
I could not listen.
yeah. What is the difference between prayojana from phalam? That is the result.
Purpose
Prayojana and phalam.
and phala. Phala
Yeah.
is the result of the work. Whatever works we do, automatically the result comes. And purpose of the work, to each and every work, in fact, purpose also there is there, and phala is also there. Suppose we built a bridge, we can say. When a bridge is built, or any well or something, kupa, vapi, kupa, tatakas, we say it is being dug. Then the workers, the engineer, the person who is making the workers do the work, manager will be there. He will get the salary for the work he is doing. All the workers who are digging or who are constructing the building or who are constructing this bridge, etc., whatever may it be, even big buildings also, the workers, they get wages. That is the fruit, phala. So the salary they are getting, the money they are getting, that is the fruit. The prayojana, the purpose of the work is not for the sake of them, not for the sake of either the workers or the manager or somebody else's. It is for the sake of entire mankind. If it is the bridge, if it is any building, it is for the sake of, for the purpose of some others who are coming and occupying. When a car is there, the parts are prepared by different people. They get their wages, the money for the, say, for the work which they are doing. They assemble the car. They are preparing the car not for the sake of themselves. It is for the purpose of those who purchase that car and enjoy it. So they are paying the money. It is for the purpose of some others. So that prayojana is important, whereas this phala, it is secondary. So we should never keep our mind in getting this phala. We must keep our mind and soul completely on the prayojana. Then the work would be done perfectly and the perfect outcome comes. And this salary automatically it comes. When any work is there, the phala automatically follows. Karma phala pradata is Paramatma. Because here, in case of this bridge or road or buildings or well, etc., the person who is making all of them do the work, he will pay the wages, he will give the suitable money to all of them. The fruit has come. So this is the phala, that is the prayojana. Prayojana is in a manifold manner. It is meant for many others, not individual. What is the importance of Anganyasa?
Anganyasa and
అంగన్యాస అండ్ కరన్యాసాలండి మనం సంధ్యావనం చేసుకున్నప్పుడు అంగన్యాస కరన్యాస చేస్తాం కదా ఏంటి వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ వాట్ ఈస్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్
Anganyasa, nyasa itself means dukham nyasasya lakshanam is there a sort of statement in Sahitya. There that nyasa is a little different from this nyasa. We say while doing Iswara Abhisheka, Mahanyasa, we say Lakunyasa, Mahanyasa. That is, unless na rudro rudram archayet, they say. Ahamityeva vibhavaye bhavanim, we say normally. So when we are worshipping any god, that is the divine power in the form of any namarupas, then whomever we are worshipping, we must also become the same divine embodiment and do the work. So when a person wants to do Isvara Abhisheka, then he prays for, he aims all that divinity, that powers kept on all different limbs of his own body. So keeping that divine power, asking that power to come and occupy the entire parts of his body is nyasa. If it is done in a small way, it is lakhunyasa. If it is done in a very elaborated manner, from tiptoes to the complete top of the head, from hair to the tiptoes of the feet, completely keeping that divine Rudra Shakti in the name of different names in all the parts of the body is called as Mahanyasa. So while doing Nitya Pujas, we do Anganyasa and Karanyasa. Kara means hand, Anga means whole body parts. So the procedure is given in the books, of course, in all, when any guru gives any mantra padesha, automatically the guru gives a sort of either procedure or in the form of a book to follow completely. So that name, suppose Panchakshari, Isvara or Jagannatha or Vishnu or any god, on their names, the Sahasranamas will be there, Shodasanamas are there. So one of them, the namas they will take. And with that name, that power of that divine, that God would be deposited, would be kept on our face, in the eyes, in the walk, in the throat, in the heart, like that in body parts. That is Anganyasa. Nyasa is keeping, placing, restoring that divine power, that power of that God who is being worshipped by us. To keep that God in the parts of our body is Anganyasa. Karanyasa is also keeping nyasa on our fingers. Each finger, each part of the body got chakras in us. Chakras are the power stations, power receivers, which receive the transcendental Visva Shakti, Vaishvika Shakti, cosmic energy, through the chakras that exist at the top of our fingers, at the middle of the fingers, in the middle of the palm, on all body parts, everywhere. So, Anganyasas we do. There are certain mantras all of you are doing. So, we do Anganyasa, Karanyasa like this. Then Karatala, Karaprushta. From Karatala, this is Karaprushta. So, like that, this is keeping that divine power completely in our hands, because through the hands, with the hands, we do the puja. So, keeping the power in the whole body is different. And keeping that divine power of that particular God, Ganapati or Kumaraswamy or Ammavaru, Jagannatha, Ambika or Vishnu or Shiva, whoever it may be, that power on in our hands, in the fingers, is Karanyasa. So Anganyasa, Karanyasa, then we say Sikhaya, Voshat and all, then Astraya Pat, then Digbantha we do, then Digvimoka also we do.
Yeah, the other question is is Krishna ultimate reality?
Bhagawadgita, Sri Krishna.
Yeah, is Sri Krishna ultimate reality?
Yes, Sri Krishna means he refers to that Nirguna Niranjana, ultimate reality, Parabrahman itself, himself. In fact, directly Lord Vishnu has come in the form of Sri Krishna. And Sri Krishna in the name and form by that Nama Rupas, that ultimate power exhibited its own magnificent power since even before the birth, since the birth, throughout the life. So Lord Sri Krishna himself is Sakshat Bhagavan. So Actually, Krishna does not mean that the person who is born to Vasudeva, Devaki Devi as a child, it's not like that. We should think that Krishna, whenever Sri Krishna Paramatma said me, it refers to ultimate reality, Parabrahman. But that Nirguna Niranjana Paramatma assumed Nama Rupas and came in the form of Sri Krishna. So Sri Krishna himself is Brahman. Just as Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha, Krishno Vigrahavan Bhagavan Paramatma.
What is Prana Shakti?
Actually, it refers to ultimate reality only, not Namarupas.
Right.
Because Namarupas decay.
Okay. The other question, the other question is, what is Prana Shakti?
Prana Shakti is the Prana Shakti. Actually, we feel that the inhale and exhale, the air which we are taking inside and leaving the bad air, that Uchvasa and Nisvasa as Prana Shakti. But Prana Shakti is a little different from this Vayu Shakti. These Pancha Vayus, of course, are called as Prana. Prana Shakti, Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana, Samana. But Prana is that divine power which is being created by that Hiranyagarbha Brahma, according to Upanishads. So that Paramatma, he created a sort of Hiranyagarbha Brahma. Anda also they say Hiranyagarbha Anda. That is the Samishti Chaitanya Shakti, Samishti Prana Shakti, Samishti Ananda Shakti, everything in totality. So from that totality, a little is taken and all these diversity, individuals, this whole world universe is being created. So we are all individuals limited. So normally, if suppose anything is there, when we take something, that something would be reducing from that here, according to our experience in this earth. But there, that Hiranyagarbha totality, even though crores of times he takes, that will be completely Purna ever, perfect ever. That is called as that Samishti Tattva. From that Samishti Tattva, Vyashti Tattvas have come. So that Samishti Prana Shakti is there. From that Samishti Prana Shakti, which itself is the existence of Paramatma, Lakshana of Parabrahman. The Prana Shaktis have come in all pranis. Prana is there in the prani, even in the worm, even in mosquitoes, flies, all animals, birds, beasts and human beings. Whereas this Prana Shakti is in a high level at human beings, we can say, because that Upadhi is very small. Our Upadhi is the biggest one, in fact, among all 84 lakhs of beings. So Prana itself is Paramatma. Prano vai Devaha. Just as Vayur vai Devaha, we say Prana also is Paramatma. It is the visible form of Parabrahman. This is Prana Shakti.
Okay. What is the significance of time? 14 years for Rama Vanavasa in Ramayana and 13 years for Pandava Vanavasa in Mahabharata.
Because they say in those days, according to the rule of the countries, according to political rule, when a person is away for 13 years from the kingdom, from the ruling, the adhikara will not be there. They can never become the rulers again. That was the law in those days. So for 13 years, now actually in our Shastra, even our own children or our own relatives, blood relatives, if they can never meet mutually for 12 years, they say that relationship, even though God has created, that would be tied, that would be cut short. So for 13 years, if they are away from kingdom, they will not have the adhikara, power to become the rulers again, as per their custom in those days. But always exceptions are there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to become king again, even Pandavas could become kings again.
Right. Okay, there's the last question. Can we pronounce Guru Brahma as Guru Brahmo?
Actually, Guruhu Brahma, Guruhu, Gurur Brahma. Brahman is pronounced as Brahma. Chaturmukha Brahmadeva, the creator, is pronounced as Brahma, Dirka. So, Gurur Brahma, we say that Visarga becomes Refa, Rakara. Refa is there, Sasajusho Ruhu, a sutra is there. So, accordingly, Visarga becomes Refa. So, we say Gurur Brahma. Then, Brahma, whenever any Visarga comes, already I explained, we can utter that word Guruhu, but there Santi has to be done. Guru Brahma, we should not say. That is the doubt. Guru Brahma, can we say? That is the question, isn't it? Guruhu Brahma. We can say Gurur Brahma. Guru Brahma is not correct.
No, Brahma, Brahmo. Brahma, Brahmo.
No, should not. Gurur Brahma, not Brahmo. Brahma, Visarga is not there. If
Yeah.
Visarga is there, it becomes wo. Gurur Brahma. Gurur Vishnuhu. Vishnuhu Visarga is there. Brahma Visarga is not there. So Brahmo is wrong. We should not say.
Okay, these are the end of chat box questions.
Okay.
If anyone wants to raise any question, they can raise their hand and then ask the question.
Earlier, somebody raised their hand and
I think that question has been asked, so I think they have removed it.
very good session, I must say. A lot of questions. And that too very well deep questions, deep-rooted knowledge. Lot of knowledge is transmitted through this question answer session also. So if we have
5 more minutes.
function tomorrow,
Yeah.
so all of you please come. It will be around 7 or 7:30. You know, our chief guest Swaminiji has a class till 7:30. So let me see if she joins at 7:30 or we will start at 7:30. Whichever is more appropriate, I will do that. So all of you join. With the invitation will be posted in the group. So look for it. There are a lot of messages coming in the group. So you look for this message also.
Okay. So not at 6:30. It is at 7:30 tomorrow.
It is either 7 or 7:30 because some people have to go to the office. I was
Yes.
trying to put it back as much as possible. If Swamini is comfortable, I will put it at 7. Otherwise, if she says 7:30, I will put it at 7:30.
But if we start 7:30, it becomes crosses 9. Then office going maybe
We will make it till 8:30.
8:30. Okay.
Or, you know, I'll request her, we'll start at 7. You please join at 7:30.
That is
Right.
best.
That's I think better.
At least at 7, if we start, it would be comfortable to all the people who are
7 to 8 will make it.
We can request her to come a little early at 7 instead of for one
Yeah.
day make up.
She has, let us see. I will talk to her personally if she can.
Okay.
Okay, I think now there are no questions. We can end the
Okay.
go for
Thank you
Pradhana.
so much, Visalakshi. You have covered all topics in a very integrated, composite way, and with which gives a full picture of the whole Sanatana Dharma, including whatever is being taught, the basics in more depth in these 3 months of time. In fact, 4 months of time. So you are the embodiment of the knowledge on Sanatana Dharma, And we are very lucky to have these
But
two
I
persons.
thought that in Ramayana and Mahabharata, people will ask so many doubts, the participants, but
Yeah.
they did not ask. Means they do not have any doubts. Mostly our students, they used to ask in many doubts in Ramayana, in Mahabharata, many doubts.
Okay.
They are all elders, so maybe they do not have such doubts.
Few of the
Ramayana,
questions are
Mahabharata.
covered. Few of the questions are covered during the class with
Ah.
Ramayana, Mahabharata, and we had
That is why they ask.
Puranas. Yes.
Yes, correct. Best people are there, good teachers, so they all the doubts are being cleared. Okay, Sanyavada. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to have interaction with the children. So I'm very happy. I thank our Veda Samskruti Samiti, Sri Akella Hemakanta Prabhakara Mahodaya. I thank sincerely our Lieutenant Colonel Dr. Akella Amarendra Babu Garu. I thank Dr. CSR Prepu Garu. I thank our Sri CC Chitti Babu Garu. I thank one and all. I thank our dear Lalitamma also, and all the participants also. I thank and I wish best of luck to all of you for coming to the second level of our course. There we will meet again. Thank you.
Okay, and now we'll go for Prarthana and Janaganamana. After that, we will have a little more 1 or 2 minutes for interaction.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Saradaji, please chant Prarthana.
Okay, sir. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्रा पुत्रिणः सन्तु जीवन्तु सरदां सतं सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान् मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्तिः
ధన్యవాదములండి Sarada garu. Now let's go for Janaganamana. Challa Chitti Babu garu. Unmute చేసుకోండి. Unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद जय हिंद
ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు Let us thank all chanters, Anchala Chittibabu Garu, and all reciters wholeheartedly for your cooperation and making this course a very successful, well organized course. And I hope you have, all of you have learned Prarthana and continue doing it for every job, every work before starting. Do Prarthana. That is the requirement for all of us. Just praying Vigneshwara and then Saraswati, these two, and Guru. These three are primary before starting any learning. Okay, now let me close.